Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy, CryptoKeeper, and it has been a couple weeks, Crypto fam. I have been enjoying Brazil. You can see my nice little tan I got going on here. Well, I was kind of working on that before I left, but it is good to be back. We are here on a Monday. You know what time it is. It's time to get into some altcoins, and you're going to want an expert for that. So you are in luck. I have got one for you, the one and only Bill Noble. Bill, brother, good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you. I had lots of fun for sure. Missing some very special people, some very special friends down there as well. And man, I'm missing those beaches. You know, Bill, down in Brazil, one of the things that they do, they have pronunciation issues. Okay. And so it's not so much an issue. It's, you know, my Portuguese, I probably butcher a lot of the pronunciations, but one of the fun ones down there is if you ask someone in Portuguese, you know, to say, you know, Brazilian beaches, they say Brazilian bitches. So I just want to say for the show, I miss the Brazilian bitches, aka beaches. You already know. So, Crypto fam, love you guys. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Good to see everybody in the chat. Who we got in the chat? Let's see. Puddles, Kenton, what's going on? Unforgettable name. How you doing? We got Secret Soul Society. Who else we got in here? Sean, Crypto Grady, Visionary Vet. Am I missing anybody? Harry Newt. Good to see everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Okay, let's dive into it. Before we do, Bill, do you have anything going on that the people need to know about?
Well, I've got my own YouTube channel now, Crypto Noble. I'm also working as a director of research for Emerging Assets Group, where we're trying to get gold and water on the blockchain.
Yeah, that's the water one is a fun one here in Ohio. I actually got a message from Crusader when I was gone, and he said, "Hey, bro, have you heard about what's going on in Ohio?" And I had no idea. And I was like, "No, what's up?" And then he told me about obviously the train crash. Everybody knows what's happened there. It's about 2 hours from my house. We actually bought a water test. We have an RO system in our house, a reverse osmosis system, which supposedly is supposed to protect you. However, just to be sure, bought a water testing kit. Actually, I think that just came today. I saw Amazon on the front porch a little bit ago. We're going to check that water out and make sure that it's okay. Bill, it's been happening all over. Any thoughts on why there's a bunch of train crashes happening with the same rail company within, I don't know, a couple weeks of each other?
Well, it's always possible somebody gets hacked, right? They got hacked and they couldn't figure out how to stop it. You know, you also can't discount with the 1 year anniversary of, you know, the conflict in Eastern Europe. Just keep it neutral, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we're providing weapons to somebody, and the other side, the bigger side, you know, they may not be happy about that. So you never know whether it's those guys or the deep state, but it definitely is creepy.
Lots of questions. There was we won't dive into this, but there was a Netflix video I'm sure you guys have heard about that was in the exact same area of Ohio that came out not too terribly long. There's just a lot of the CDC changed its, they have like an informational pamphlet on vinyl chloride. And it hadn't changed in 17 years. And 11 days before this happened, all of a sudden we have a change in the pamphlet. And it took out a bunch. It took out all of the information on effects for children. It took out some of the specifics in terms of parts per million for cancer-causing agents, etc. Just really interesting stuff. Scary, you know, if you ask me. But hey, you guys are here to hear. You guys are here to see crypto stuff, not to hear the politics keeper go off on a rant. So we'll jump into the cryptocurrency as you all are here for, and we're gonna get into altcoins today. We've got XRP fam, put them up. We got XRP, we've got Algorand, we've got Cardano. 3 hot topics, and then as always, we're gonna be checking in on Bitcoin because hey, it leads the way. Let's take a look at the market overall, and we'll dive on in. So the global crypto market cap's at 1.13 trillion with a T dollars. That's up 1.14%. Bitcoin's hanging around just under 25K. It did bust the 25K barrier, but has kind of crept back down a little bit, but we're up 1.65% on the day, 15% on the week. It was good to see that. I got to tell you, the next one, ETH at 1707, my Ethereum bags, as many of you know, my largest holding, have been pumping and jumping. So I love seeing that. BNB up over that 300 mark I'm always talking about. XRP sitting at 40 cents. It's up almost 9%. We'll get into that. Cardano, like I said, we're going to talk about that, up almost 15%. Everything's been following Bitcoin, but a big one, we're not going to get into this one today unless somebody asks specifically for it, but Polygon Matic is up almost 27%. They have got partnerships absolutely coming out the wazoo. Bill, it seems like every time I turn around, Polygon is partnering up with somebody new. And when Polygon first came about, when it was just Matic, I think a lot of people weren't sure what to think. They thought, well, it's a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. It's going to speed things up. It's going to make it cheaper. But once ETH switches over to proof of stake, what's going to be the use case? And that has actually been quite the opposite. People have been using it, I mean, left, right, sideways, up, down. Any thoughts? I know we're not going to dive into TA, but any thoughts why these companies are so hip on Matic, why they're stuck on and using Matic, Polygon Matic?
Yes, I actually had an experience with this. So Matic allows the general public, because I did this with an NFT of a former public figure. So you can go on, I don't know, OpenSea, MoonPay, whatever, use your debit card and get some ETH or get some Matic, and you can seamlessly purchase, say, an NFT.
Yep.
You can even do it through a website. In other words, you're doing crypto without knowing you're doing crypto.
Yep.
All right. Then the other thing that's really interesting about these type of NFTs that run through the Matic ETH bridge is that they're kind of hard to get out of. So it's like, you got to know how to work the ETH Polygon bridge. And I'm just going to be transparent. Like, I needed help when I went to sell. Okay.
Dude, I have never heard somebody bring that up, but it's so true. The first couple times there was a creator that was selling on Polygon, and one of her biggest things that we dealt with, problems in terms of selling, buying, moving, whatever, was the fact that it was on Polygon and people had to learn how to use that. When I got frustrated with it, because I've done it, I now know how to do it. I too had to look some stuff up as well. As long as I've been in crypto, I had to look some stuff up because it seemed a little bit foreign to me. But once I figured out, I was okay. But one of the things that I loved was what you just brought up. I loved it and I hated it. I loved the fact that, okay, fine, I can use MoonPay. I can actually just, kind of bypass some of that. The reason that I liked it was because it brings more people to the space that otherwise maybe would just get frustrated and give up. So I liked it for that. The reason I didn't like it is because I think that we in the crypto space are where we are because we were willing to take steps further than people, because we were willing to take a chance, because we were willing to put ourselves out there a little bit. So the thing that I didn't like was that it does hold us back. That type of use, it holds back some of the crypto space as well. So I'm looking forward to the day when crypto can be as seamless as a debit card transaction, where it's intuitive, I guess is what I'm saying. And I think at some point it will be. I think we're going to have to attach to .eth addresses, unstoppable domains, whatever the case may be. I think once everybody is kind of settled into the fact that, hey, this is a way that I can move funds, then I think someone will come up with a way to just attach just a very ease, give that ease of use where it's boom, boom, basically just a click of a button. And at that point, man, I gotta say, I think the whole market will go nuts, and people are just gonna have to be using it. So I definitely look forward to that.
I mean, Matic retraced 50% of its down move from last year. So just to give you what that would mean, if Bitcoin did that, it would be at 40K.
Yeah, it's massive.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
So I know Magic Internet Money likes Matic. So I don't know. Maybe you could get 190 right? Or 165 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd be looking to rotate out of this on a blow off top somewhere else. Cause I mean, let's face it, if this thing with the issues that it can have can go 50% back, so can everything else.
Yeah, for sure. Let me ask you before we dive into some specific alts. We'll start off with Bitcoin, but do you believe, I know we've talked about this some, but things change. I believe we're in a bear market rally right now. I personally, I know you've talked about moving towards basically ushering us into the bull market. Do you, I know you believe there'll be retracements. There's always retracements. It's the crypto space. But do you believe that we're going to see another big retracement, that we're going to see a low for the year? Or do you think that we're past that?
Okay. For the moment, I think we're past that. Here's my specific plan. And it actually is the exact game plan from 2018, 2019, right? So the market went, it hit 3,000 and everyone thought it was going to 1,500. This is Bitcoin.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It range traded and then it spiked up to 14,000 or 12,000. Yep. Right. So you can still be in what I call spring. The bull market is summer. So you're in Ohio. What do you get in spring? Well, some days are sunny and then sometimes it snows on Easter.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So I think it's much higher short term. And then it's not going to be a retracement. It's going to be like a flash event, right? Where, you know, it's going to go way farther than people think and then come down harder than people think.
Yeah. So, it seems like Bitcoin plays games no matter what, or it feels as if it's playing games. And it's one of the reasons why, and I've talked about this a lot. It's one of the reasons why I have been such a hodler. I just believe long-term where we're headed. And I've watched my portfolio close enough over the years where you'll drive yourself crazy. You know, you'll see portfolio get to a certain size and then when it crashes down. And then it gets to a certain size and when it crashes down. And I just finally got to the point where I was like, listen, I'm not trying to spend this capital right now. I want this for my future, for my daughter's future. I want this for my family moving forward. And once I kind of took my magnifying glass off of my portfolio, I will tell you, it took a lot of just day-to-day unnecessary stress off, because the reality was I wasn't going to sell anyway. And so I just want to remind everybody in here, if you're having some of that going on in your life, obviously we're never here to give you financial advice, but I can tell you some very simple things that you can do is ask yourself, hey, am I planning on selling this anytime soon? Am I looking at this long term? And if you have that game plan and your game plan looks like mine and it's super long term, take a break, take a breather. You believe in it long term. Hey, I believe in it long term. There's a lot of people that believe in it long term. Hold tight, hold tough. There's a reason why they say hodl, hold on for dear life, because it does get a little bit rocky in the meantime. All right, cool. Let's dive into some alts. Well, no, let's start off with Bitcoin. Let's kick it off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as many of you know, if you've been watching our show or watching maybe somebody else's show, if you've been watching somebody else's show, you should be watching our show and somebody else's show, like Bill Noble. Make sure to follow him on the links down below. But if you have been paying attention to the crypto market whatsoever, you know that Bitcoin leads the way. Today is for altcoins, but we need to start off with Bitcoin because Bitcoin seems to be the leader, and I don't think that is going to change anytime soon. So, Bill, talk to me about Bitcoin.
Okay. So just let's review, right? You had 6 months to get it below 20. Most people, the market scared them away. Now it's higher. Now they'd love to get it below 20, and that means it won't happen. Then it'll go much higher. They'll say it's going to 100, and then they'll get lower prices. So in the meantime, 24 is support. This is called hidden pivot analysis. In English, you start with a point, I start with a trend, and then you say, okay, here's the dip. And then it allows you to project up, right? And what does that do? Well, sometimes it can be hard to find support and resistance points, if you're looking to get involved, right? Because, bull markets can frustrate people too. So this method very simply just says, all right, you got a lot of support at 24 even. And as you can see, they hammered down there, overnight. And if support at 24 holds, there's no reason why this thing can't go to 26. And I think it can go to 26 like that. Because again, fear of missing out both on the institutional and retail side is visible, particularly if you look at the tape at the time of the recording or the stream.
Yep.
Bitcoin up 2%, outperforming everything. They just want it, right? And I don't think there's anybody home until 26.
Till 26.
Right.
So you think it would be a big, a quick move? Should we turn 25 into support? You think we'll get a decent move upwards? Is that kind of what you're suggesting?
I think that's exactly what I'm suggesting. I think when I look at the Bitcoin weekly chart, when I pull this up, right? So, this work would indicate that if there was a breach of, say, 25, you could get one big climactic up move and then some sort of retracement.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's kind of later in the initial stages in Bitcoin, and I'm sure we'll get to it later, but it's very early days in ETH. ETH's got a lot of blue sky, but I'll let you lead the way on that one, because this is a bottom and this is a signal that the trend just started in ETH. So one more push in Bitcoin, and then ETH and all these altcoins follow. Yeah.
I look forward to it. We love our ETH around here with the Debate Crypto fam, and as always, with Danger Close Alpha, we love ETH there as well. I want to take a quick, brief second. Crypto Billy, $9.99 super chat, says, "Miss you, Keeper. Just popping in to show some love." Billy, we love you, brother. I appreciate that. It means a lot. I have missed you guys. I got to tell you, I didn't know how much I was going to miss streaming. It was good to take a break. It felt good. I got a little, R&R in, but I had the itch a little bit when I was, headed back. I'm like, man, I gotta get back and see my people. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, cool. Let's see here, Bill. Let's do XRP. Not yet. Let's do, what do you want to do? You want to do Algorand or Cardano? Because both of those have been having some interesting movement. Which one would you like to hit first?
Right. I have Cardano here on the PowerPoint.
Cool. ADA fam, put them up. Let's check it out. What do we got?
All right. Well, you have your, technical analysis textbook, page 60, head and shoulders bottom, right? A head and shoulders bottom is 3 attempts by bears to push it lower. Like, we're going to push it down. And then the bulls push back. And then, see, I told you so. Right. And then the bulls come back. And then the bears one final time go, I'm sick of you guys. They try to kill it, but then the bulls stop them. Right. And then that's when it turns. Yeah. This is the neckline. And I got to be honest with you. I've heard the big man BitBoy talk about DeFi percolating on Cardano. Everybody thinks that this is resistance. It is. Okay. But you have to start asking yourself, this key question for all altcoins. What happens if they just take out the pre-FTX high? And in this chart,
pre-FTX high. Okay.
Right. In other words, we just basically unwind FTX.
Yep.
Because here's my argument, right? Like me and Crusader were working on, slogans last week.
Yeah.
What has changed? Nothing has changed except price. Nothing.
Yep. Fact.
Right. This guy was a fraud. We're done with that. Okay.
Yep.
So if this thing breaks out above 41 cents, you have an upside target of 61 cents. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do that all in one day. Okay. That could take a month or two. But I mean, you could have a slow and steady uptrend in Cardano, and people think this is too high. I don't think that's correct. I think, people who are not in Cardano may be sleeping on this. And this is, after all, available on, Coinbase or whatever. Don't sleep on this market. That's the lesson of the Cardano chart.
Yeah. Not sleeping on the market is something that we preach a lot. There is a time and a place, and I believe that for me, there's a time and a place to continue to dollar cost average. And for me, it's kind of all the time. I try as much as I can. I don't have a set schedule just because of, candidly, with other business ventures and things going on, I can't just set my, I'm either construction rich or construction poor, depending on the week and who's paid me and who hasn't. But ultimately, I believe that the assets that I'm in, and this is just how I invest, and I think, Bill, you're very much the same from what we've talked about. The assets that I'm in, I'm not rolling dice as much as I believe in what's happening here. And I believe that this, for me, makes sense. I like what this project is doing. I like who's behind it. I like the problems that it solves. So for me, I'm a fundamentals guy that enjoys looking at the technical analysis, because I know that the technical analysis works, and that allows me to, have a little bit of fun trading as well. Cardano is one of those that I actually had. It was at, I think, 5 cents, maybe 4 cents, 4 or 5 cents. And it was, I was having trouble. I could not get into Binance.us at the time when you needed to buy Cardano on Binance or Binance.us. And I literally could not get them to freaking verify my stuff. And I don't know if you remember this, Bill, but there was a huge move with Cardano from basically 2 cents to, I think it was like $1.20 or something like that. And I missed a massive amount of that move simply because I could not get myself verified on Binance. And I look back at that and I kick myself all the time, because I had a nice little chunk of cash that I was going to put into Cardano. So yeah, the moral of the story is screw Binance. No, that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is you've got to be prepared to continue to stay involved in the market. And that's ultimately right now. I know it's frustrating. I know it's like, oh, what's happening? I know even right now, you talked about FOMO. People are seeing, a move in the market, and oh my gosh, we're going back to all-time highs. We might not be going back to all-time highs, but these moves are for a reason. And I think long term, where we're headed. And I think Cardano is going to be one of those that's going to just absolutely rip. I like what he's doing. I like Charles Hoskinson as wanting to. I feel like he's more of a philanthropist than anything. I love how he always says, "I don't care what the price is," and I think I genuinely think he believes what he's saying. He does not care what the price is. He believes in his project, and somebody like that is somebody that I want to be, attached to. So that's why I hold Cardano. Are you a Cardano holder? I'm assuming, Bill, or no?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay.
I have some. The thinking behind this is these guys, they don't want a casino running on their blockchain. Okay. They may wind up with that,
Yep.
but that's not what the goal is.
Yep.
Right. And then you have to ask yourself this about Cardano and just about every other altcoin. The government is after stable coins.
Yep.
Like, it used to be an altcoin was more risky than a stable coin. It's the reverse. I mean, that was the big thing that happened in Brazil when you were in Brazil, right? The government has basically, if you're running a portfolio, you're like, we cannot hold this stable coin. We cannot tell our investors that we got depegged or whatever, or our liquidity was locked. So Cardano, XRP, whatever you want, Bitcoin, it's all better than cash.
Yeah.
So the amount of cash, I mean, the market cap of Circle is $50 billion, right? If you're wondering why you come in every day and the market's up 5% every 3 days, that's why.
Yeah, no doubt. And I look forward to, somebody said in the chat, Autopilot said, I'm interested to hear your take on this. So the likelihood of Bitcoin breaking 40K this year is entirely possible. If that happens, ADA and most other mainstream long-term alts are going to test highs again. Without a doubt. Let me ask you, Bill, just your opinion. If Bitcoin tests 40K again, or tops it, presses through it, comes back, whatever, do you think that some of these alts at 40K will test all-time highs again?
This guy's close. I think Bitcoin at 50K, which I have that somewhere as possible. In other words, if you get a summer rally, almost like the kind of summer rally you had in stocks in 1929 kind of thing. If you get a mania in the summer, Cardano and Solana and things like that could go way higher than anyone thinks. And one of them is going to go back to their all-time high. Now, if I had a bet, it would be Avalanche, because of that Amazon deal that they have. Yeah. Okay.
All bets are off when Bitcoin starts running. And candidly, even with the size of the market cap of Bitcoin, all bets are off with Bitcoin too. We've seen massive moves with massive amounts of capital in Bitcoin. So when we see moves like that, with a multi-$100 billion market cap. It was up over $1 trillion at one point. You better be paying attention to something that's in the tens of billions or hundreds of millions of dollars, because they will absolutely rip when that happens. And hopefully you're, prepared for it. That's why we like to do the alts as well, because altcoins, for most people in the crypto space, unless you are a 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012 Bitcoiner, the majority, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, I would say that the majority of my friends that have become multimillionaires many times over, it's been from some sort of an altcoin breakout. It's been from some sort of a, purchase into a project that just absolutely went ham when Bitcoin started to rip. Are you familiar with I'm literally spacing on his name. That Martini guy. You familiar with him?
I'm not.
Okay. So this is just a little aside. He's been on Around the Blockchain with me a number of times. Great guy. He tells a story that he took $300 and turned it into over $100 million. And I don't think he's BSing. Right. We've talked about it privately about some of the stuff that he did in terms of some ICOs. He's overseas. He's been able to get into a whole bunch of these ICOs and has just absolutely turned nothing into massive amounts of capital. And that's been altcoins. So hopefully for each and every one of you listening, I'm not trying to serve up opium here. I'm just trying to tell you that this is still an emerging market. This is still, the crypto space is still in its infancy, and there is opportunity all over, but you have to pay attention. Yes, you can get lucky. I've got lucky. I'm sure Bill's got lucky, right? But if you are genuinely paying attention, there are cues. There are little clues that will say, hey, you might want to be paying attention to me. And some of the stuff that we talk about on Mondays, on Thursdays, when we get into TA, you might want to be paying attention to these. So what's the next one, Bill, that we might want to be paying attention to?
Okay, well, I'll do Polkadot briefly.
Okay, cool.
I know sure. Magic did some Polkadot.
Okay.
This speaks to pretty much exactly what you were talking about, right? Polkadot comes out around 5, goes to 50. This is a simple sine wave pattern, right? So I got this from Magic, right? Mm-hmm. Polkadot goes in a downward sloping range. That's like taking a fully inflated basketball, trying to push it underwater in the pool. Yeah. And as soon as you let go, the ball pops up and out of the water. That's what's going on in Polkadot right now. And there's a lot of upside here. It started off quiet and then it exploded. And, this could happen again. Algorand, this is a more tactical view. A lot of people are like, whoa, well, I can't buy Algorand at 28 cents. Well, it looks like there's decent support there from this hidden pivot analysis. This is a subjective method, but if you want to do some sort of trade or you want to get involved and you feel like you've missed out, I'm trying to tell you with the Algorand and Polkadot charts, you really haven't, because there could be like long-term hodl plays, and then you could have tactical plays because Algorand is on the big man's channel every now and then, so you never know. I know this is the mortal sin of crypto is to get everybody FOMOing in at the top of a move, right? That's the mortal sin. But in equities, there's this saying where they say, buy high and sell higher. We may be in that kind of mode in crypto where everyone's like, "Ooh, I can't buy it," and then so.
Yeah, and Algorand, I've got it pulled up here. I just want to show this real quick. Algorand, I always like to pay attention to, I was talking about the market cap. I like to pay attention to the market cap because I do think that it matters in terms of, being able to move some of these markets, be able to make moves. This has got a $2 billion market cap. Okay. The circulating supply is about 7 billion and it's got 71% circulating supply. Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. That doesn't leave a ton of room for effectively artificial inflation, correct? I mean, if you're 70% of the way out, yes, there's definitely room to continue. I don't know how the coins go in and out of circulation with Algorand. I'm not technical on algo like that. But 71% of it out there and having a $2 billion market cap, I would say, you know, in my estimation, just a quick little look. Plus I like what algo does. This might be something to pay attention to.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be involved in something that has 20% of the circulating supply out there, because that means VCs have got it and they're going to unload on you at any moment.
Yeah.
You know, I think with Algorand, you know, most likely the team or venture investments, like could be even like Wall Street banks. I mean, I understand Wall Street liked Algorand possibly for security tokens, because, you know, that's another theme that no one's paying attention to. I mean, that's the next, you know, security tokens and commodities, in my opinion. Bringing that stuff on the blockchain is the next big thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to really be Web3 the W is going to stand for Wall Street. They're going to put it on the blockchain. So
you know, we've talked about it a lot, this next bull run being a use case run, just legitimately, what does it do? There's been the dice rolling, you know, we've played those games. We've seen what the meme coin breakouts look like. We've seen all of that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the actual use case run. I look forward to, I want to see projects that I look at and say, damn, that makes sense. Like, I can see why that would run. I don't want to look at some stupid dog coin and say, how many freaking people just decided that they were going to pump this project and then dump it on, you know, all the, you know, basically create a bunch of bag holders. I don't want to see that again. I look forward to a use case run, and I think that that's what we're going to see. It's part of the reason why I hold the bags that I do, because I believe in, you know, in where those are headed. So I'm looking forward to that. Anything else on algo?
No, I think that's it for algo. You know, I just think that the general public in the next cycle is going to get brought in with an investing narrative, right? You know, code was law, liquidity was law prior. If you got a narrative, like, for example, for this channel, you know, we've talked about this, and with some other guys, prepping is going to go mainstream.
Yep.
Prepping goes mainstream. And how do you invest? I don't know. How do you invest in practicality once people who prep go mainstream?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a mind bender.
And it's all about exactly what we're talking about, being prepared. It's part of the reason why you're talking about bringing water to the masses. It seems like such a crazy thing until, like we said earlier, until there's a wild train incident, or until there is, you know, God forbid, a world war or whatever the case may be. There is a reason to be prepared, and the days that we are living in are evidence of that. And if you can't see that, I would beg you, open your eyes, because the world that we live in right now is anything but certain. Twitter files should be telling you that. I'm not going to get into stuff. I'm probably going to get in trouble and get demonetized on YouTube and everything else. But there is just a lot that is staring you or slapping each and every one of you in the face right now. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not preparing for the idea that, hey, life could go sideways, I don't know what you're doing. I want to take a brief pause here. Where is it? Let me pull it up here. So this stream has been brought to you by, right across the bottom here, Price CPA. Listen, tax season, we are here. Okay. Anthony is a great dude. I've sat down, spent some time with him. I will speak for myself in this. I know a lot of people that have done very well because they have a good accountant. I have a good accountant, or I should say had a good accountant, and now have a good accountant through Price CPA. I'm using Anthony because he understands crypto. Understanding crypto, and you have, let's say you've been trading, let's say you have a portfolio, small or large, you have possible liabilities that could be assets for you, okay, if you understand crypto. And if you don't have a CPA that understands crypto and you've been trading crypto, you are doing it wrong. So there's a link down below the video. Make sure to check him out. I'm telling you. If you are trading crypto and you do not have a crypto tax accountant, you will A, piss off your current accountant, and B, that accountant, he or she, is not going to know what to do. They are literally not going to know what to do. Okay, I promise. I have dealt with this. I even had an accountant that was into crypto but didn't truly understand the tax side of it. So I implore you, check him out. He's not only a great dude, but he can save you a lot of money. So just wanted to bring that up. This portion of the show, actually, the whole show is sponsored by Price CPA. So check them out. It's tax season. Do your thing. Smash the likes, fam. We've got 51 people in the house. Hopefully, we've got 51 likes. If we don't, we have some lazy people in the chat, and I'm begging you, don't be lazy. Don't be that person. X out of the live chat if you're on mobile. Smash the like. Come back in. And I think we're going to dive into some XRP.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
No? Did you have something else pulled up? What did you have pulled up?
Well,
I
had HBAR pulled up, but it's PowerPoint, so I can move fast behind it. I got XRP.
No, we can save XRP. We can save XRP for the end. The XRP family, they love waiting, Bill. Okay. They've been waiting for years. Okay. So they can wait for a little bit of TA, a little bit longer. They've been waiting for this case to be over forever. So let's check it out. What you got? You got a Render.
Okay, here's
okay.
Render.
Okay.
Render made 2 runs up at $2 and something. But I think using this hidden pivot analysis, it's really interesting that it's come back to $1.62. So if Render holds $1.62, even though this top is scary, and you made a lot of money in this. So if you want to exit, I get it. But if you want to play and 162 holds, you could be talking about 265. And I just get this feeling that, after seeing these tops, that people won't want to buy the dip. Everyone wants the dip, but when the dip comes, everyone walks away. So, I'm trying to help people psychologically by saying, finding support can be helpful. And trends can last longer than you think. So that's how I would do Render. And HBAR is essentially, Hedera is the same thing, right? You got support at 0.08 and it's kind of been perched there. You might say it's a bird on a wire getting ready to fly. You can get 10 cents in these things, right?
That's a 20% move.
Yeah. So don't, if something that's radically outperformed moves up 20%, something that's only up a modest amount could catch up. It's the whole thing about this market. It's rotational, right? Render goes up and then, 2 or 3 other coins follow, or then, Solana and Avalanche. So it's rallying in sections and sectors.
Yeah.
So that's why it's crypto spring. Because you mentioned the bull market, right? Everything just goes up on the same time, on the same day. Mm-hmm. That's not how this market's been.
Yeah. It's been running around left, right, sideways. One's up, the other's down. Yeah. And I want to say we've gotten so spoiled in the crypto space that I guarantee you there was people just looking at your screen thinking, what am I going to jump in for a 20% move? Are you kidding me? Tell somebody on the New York Stock Exchange, tell somebody that you have an opportunity for them to earn 20% yield on any freaking thing. And they'll ask, how much money can I put in and how fast can I do it? We have gotten very, very, very spoiled in crypto. And listen, I'm guilty as well, right? Because I've seen some huge moves in the size of a portfolio. But I do just want to tell you that's not going to last forever. So this right now, while prices are low, not financial advice, is an opportunity to possibly make yourself some more dinero, make yourself some more money. Hey, Bill, I wanted to ask you something. Somebody brought it up. Crypto Pollo said, hey gents, why aren't you boys talking about ACH Google partnership? It's worth a conversation. Do you know anything about this?
I do not, but I know that Avalanche is partnering with Amazon and they're going to be racing each other at Silicon Valley to use crypto as a growth engine.
Ooh, that'll be exciting. If that doesn't help move the market, I don't know what will. That will be absolutely, that'll be huge news when they actually come out and say, hey, here's what's going on. I look forward to that for sure. The market will absolutely rip at that point.
Right. That's forced buying, right? Silicon Valley can't grow revenue. You know, some of these guys may be in trouble with Chat GPT.
Yeah.
They've got to change the narrative. They've got to
Yeah.
act like they're doing something. And I've been arguing this for a while, that the way to play AI is in cryptos that have gotten wrecked from last year. Now, that's very unpopular, but Silicon Valley and Wall Street are coming to blockchain at the same time that the government's telling you can't own stable coins.
Right.
I mean, that's like, that's a lot of elephants trying to get through the door at the same time.
Yeah. And I think that you can't ignore the fact that these that Silicon Valley people have made a ton of money for a reason. They sometimes have information that maybe we don't have. They have friends in high places. I think that though regulations are going to continue to come in, and though there's going to be some stuff that's going to be unfavorable, I think there will be some stuff that will actually end up being somewhat favorable for us in the long term. That's why we like to pay attention to what's going on in the news other than just technical analysis. We like to pay attention to the fundamentals and what's happening in government and all around the world. A lot of times people ask, like, Keeper, why do you like to talk about government so much? Well, because it matters, and because they are ultimately, setting us up either for success or failure. Unfortunately, a lot of times it is the latter. So
I've got the ACH chart if you want to see that.
Do you? Okay, cool. Let's see it.
Okay. Talking about this last week with Crusader.
Hold on, I can't see. I don't see anything on your screen. It's just black.
All right. Here we go. Okay, boom.
Boom. There we go.
Okay. Talking about this last week with Crusader.
Mhm.
If you've got an altcoin and you believe in it and it's gotten destroyed, it's called down, and this is called the base, right? And the saying that we were working on last week, the bigger the base, the higher into space. This is a perfect example of that, because things that go quiet and then have a catalyst, and then the whole thing just turns around and goes up.
Yeah.
So, you may have missed this, but let me tell you something. There are a ton of altcoins that look like this, right? Like near, this is near. You're like, oh, wow, near's up 5%. I can't touch it. Yeah, but bro, look, I mean, this hasn't gone anywhere in 6 months.
A whole lot of nothing happening.
A whole lot of nothing. I put the sky on it. So, to say that, oh, I missed it. Man, you haven't missed anything.
Yeah.
Right? You haven't missed anything. What the you missed it is Bitcoin at 40. And then when everyone's talking 100K, then we'll come on the show and tell you to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's opportunity. There's opportunity all over the place. I think what a lot of people struggle with, and I wish I had the magic formula for this. I think what a lot of people struggle with is, okay, I've only got limited amounts of capital. So I want to ask you, Bill, limited amounts of capital, whatever that limit is. Some people's going to be more, some people's going to be less. Okay, cool. Limited amounts of capital, looking at altcoins. Do you have anything that you would suggest for somebody, either a professional in the market or brand new to the market, no matter what? Do you have anything that you would say to people in the crypto space right now that you would say, hey, as it relates to altcoins, if you're not specifically a technical analysis expert, right? If you is there something that you like to look at as it relates to alts to kind of help? Hey, I can only put so much money in so many different places. Do you have anything that you like to look at that's kind of just a little cheat sheet or something that you use?
Okay, well, let's talk about a cheat sheet. I like to use total 3 on TradingView, right? This is just essentially total altcoin market cap.
Okay.
Right. So this is total crypto market cap without Bitcoin or Ethereum. And as you can see, this looks like a lot of charts in that it's destroyed. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're going to talk cheat sheets, right? I go to coin market cap, right?
Yep.
Okay. Coin market cap. And then I just kind of eyeball it. Should Avalanche be worth $2 billion less than Solana?
Right.
right?
No.
No, right? No. Should Avalanche be worth less than Litecoin?
Probably not.
Probably not. Is Cosmos? Should Cosmos be at 20? Or how about this? How about just a DeFi indicator? Should Bitcoin on the Ethereum network be, I don't know, should it be at 19? So, I mean, when you look at this, like, you have Stellar up here, which I think is actually might be doing okay, or maybe it's Tezos, but like, look at ApeCoin, right? Like, metaverse is for real. Like I keep telling people, man, when you go to AI, you're going to be when you go to the metaverse, you're going to be interacting with something using AI. And it's not a surprise that VeChain's up 10% today. So this is the cheat sheet where you just simply ask yourself, should Algorand and QNT and the graph be 38, 39, and 40? My answer would be no.
Yeah. And again, we're talking use case, right? At that point, one of the things that you, the investor, need to do is what we call due diligence. Understand, like the graph, for example. I know, right, when Bill said the graph, this was actually something that I used to be invested in. I don't hold any currently, but it's a project that I really like. It's basically a Google for blockchain. Effectively, it's like a search query for the blockchain. I like that. Google has been successful. People need to query information from the blockchain. So what am I saying? I'm saying, hey, learn about these projects, spend some time, figure out what are these projects doing? What problems do they solve? And does it make sense for this project to be, up, down, sideways? There's going to be things that don't make sense in the crypto space for sure. But I definitely, if you haven't figured it out, I like the use case. What do you got there, Bill?
Okay. So if you look at the graph now with this, they pumped this pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I
see that.
They held the basketball underwater. Okay. Now big venture capitalists own this, and you'll know if it's for real. If say this, this old ceiling over here, if this old ceiling becomes the floor.
Yeah.
This is like the sell in May and go away highs.
Mm-hmm.
So if this holds here, then this is something more than, kind of like, sort of like a hedge fund buying panic.
Right.
So frequently the testing whether the ceiling becomes the floor, your basic support and resistance can actually carry you a long way in trying to figure out, should I buy, should I get involved in coin number 40 or Algorand, or, because your first question was, what's the key? Mm-hmm. I think the key is you have to learn how to trade ETH, right? I know that's, okay, well, everyone says buy ETH. Well, okay. Do you understand why ETH moves? Do you understand how to get ETH from a centralized exchange to MetaMask? Okay. And if you understand those things, and you may find something in the decentralized universe on Uniswap that you can jump on.
Yeah.
Right. You can jump on it. And this expanding triangle in ETH is frankly ridiculously bullish. I saw something like this in 2009 in stocks. And once stocks broke out, they never looked back.
Just continued to rock.
Yeah. It wasn't up only. It would be like, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. But, if you understand what moves ETH, then you're able to understand what moves the smaller coins.
Yeah.
And that's the key to finding, the key to finding 100X is understanding how ETH moves.
I like it. And I definitely am stacked up on my ETH and continue to stack there. So I love that. All right. So the moment you've all been waiting for, first of all, smash that like if you haven't already. Follow Bill Noble if you haven't done that already. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. The link is down below the video. Make sure that you do that. Smash the like. And hey, Danger Close Alpha, I got this vest on for a reason. We are still minting right now. Make sure you check that out. We are taking prepping to the mainstream. We want to help you with that. We've got a fantastic community of people that genuinely care about each other, that want to be able to help. Jump into our Discord, dangerclosealpha.com. We'll give you all the information that'll get you over to our Discord. You can mint there. They're literally 0.01 right now, which is about what, $17 if you want me to make the conversion for you. About $17 for bullets, beans, and bourbon. And those will allow you or help you in giving you the opportunity to win 5 Ethereum, which that game, hopefully, we've been waiting for it. Hopefully that game is going to start soon. We need to mint out the rest of these, and then we're going to be giving away 5 Ethereum. So spend $17, have the opportunity to win 5 Ethereum. I don't know. I like it. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. Dun, 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 XRP. If you haven't waited long enough, we wanted to make you wait a little longer. So let's check out what XRP is doing on the charts, because we know in the courts they have been doing a whole lot of I just got back from Brazil, the samba. They have been just dancing around with the SEC, the criminals that they are. And let's see what XRP's got going on. What you got, Bill?
Okay, so on the PowerPoint, I think you've got like a bull flag, and you're pressing the top. So for XRP fans, either this is, it's another bit of false hope to the top end of the range, but like Cardano, like all these things that we're looking at, are we witnessing a quiet breakout? Okay. We may be in XRP, because if I go, to the browser, I'm not sure if you still got that up there, if I have to share that.
Yeah, you have to share it it only allows me to allow you to pull one up at a time, unless you pull up your whole screen. Unless you pull up your whole screen. But
I see. Got it. All right. Let me get to the XRP DeMark work, because you're definitely going to want to see this. I literally
the one and only Bill
this.
Noble doing DeMark work. You already know what time it is. Let's check it out. What do we got?
Okay, so in DeMark's work, he was the first quant technical analysis analyst. So you'll have these little numbers on the bars, and that'll signify, like, I don't know, the high or low was higher than the high 2 days ago. And he counts these conditions. And when you go 1 through 9, the 9 means you're either going to have a pause in a big trend or a bottom in a range. So XRP's been in a range. Is your 9 signal, bottom, up, 9 signal, top, down, 9 signal. Okay, now it's starting to count the other way. Okay, so XRP also held this DeMark-based moving average. So I don't draw this. That's just a quant-based thing. XRP went down, slammed down on this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and below 40 cents, somebody was down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Yeah. People might look at this and be like, I'm bored. Like,
of course,
down markets,
that's normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Bear markets or down markets can bore you to death.
Yep.
So if you woke up one day and XRP was above 40 cents, you'd be like, oh no, maybe I should buy it. Well, the time to buy it could be when everyone's sleeping on it. So again, it's not investment advice, but XRP has been in this range. If you just look at this, right? I mean, XRP did nothing here and then spiked. XRP has done nothing since July, right? Like, this is just absolutely sideways with one spike up.
Yep.
So the bigger the base, the higher in the space applies to XRP. It applies, right? Because, just like with ACH, I mean, XRP Army doesn't need me to reiterate the use case.
Yeah.
Right. And this government case is such old news, particularly with the government hot on the trail of everybody else. I almost feel like the results of the case would come out and price wouldn't even move. Then we would just reset and start trading again.
That would be wild. Now I can tell you, you're going to have a lot of disappointed people if that happens, because you've got a lot of people in XRP that, have this idea that it is just absolutely going to some wild numbers. And listen, for those of you that haven't been following me for very long, I hold a nice little bag of XRP, quite a few. I would say quite a few XRP. I've been around for a while with XRP. So if anyone's rooting for it, I can tell you that myself and my family are rooting for XRP. I do, however, understand the idea of market cap. I understand how the SWIFT system works. I understand how the movement of money needs to happen. And I understand how XRP can help solve that problem. It makes sense. The problem with some of the wild numbers for me are just simple math. You start doing math on what kind of market cap you come up to get to certain, numbers. And it's just, it's not even, you get into like the quadrillions of dollars. And it's like, wait a minute, there's not even that much money on planet Earth. That doesn't, that doesn't equate the $50,000 XRP buyback or the $50,000 per XRP. There's just not a chance on planet Earth that, let's just use our government as an example, is going to let, and this is not me being a buzzkill, I'm just letting you guys know, it's going to let tens of thousands of people just wake up the next day and be multi-billionaires. It's just not a reality, right? There's just not a chance. They're going to allow all of a sudden Keeper to be just absolutely filthy wealthy beyond his wildest dreams, and going to let me continue to run my yap on YouTube with nothing to lose. Come on. Then I got to have somebody to sell it to as well, right? So I'm not trying to be a buzzkill. What I'm trying to say is I think XRP is going to run. I think I'm going to make a ton of money on XRP, and I think a lot of people are as well. But this has been the epitome of patience is a virtue. This coin has driven people absolutely nuts. And I'll tell you what I do respect. No matter what happens with XRP, I respect a group of people that are so committed to a cause, to a project, to whether it's crypto or not, so committed that you can go hell or high water. No, we're still headed to the moon, baby. So I definitely respect it. I hope that is where we're headed because, I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to be planting that flag right there on the moon, with you.
Right. So look, I agree with what you're saying. And I think one of the things on XRP that people are not thinking about is once you remove the regulatory risk, you open it up for both retail and institutional buying.
Yep.
And even if XRP doesn't replace various payment systems, other players, other banks, other countries may use it as payment plumbing. And don't forget, XRP could be money. It moves quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, the idea that XRP could be included in the future of money and the regulatory risk could bring in institutions, your upside price target, well, it's probably higher than 40 cents. Let's put it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely agree with it being higher than 40 cents. So we're going to have a whole lot of disappointed people if 40 cents ends up being the top for XRP. That's for sure.
Right.
That is for sure. All right, crypto fam. We love you. We appreciate you for being here. Make sure that you subscribe to Bill Noble's channel. He's always coming on here, doing hard work. We appreciate you for coming on as always, Bill. So thank you for being here. Good to see you again. How's the girlfriend doing? Is she doing okay? Hanging in there?
Yeah, girlfriend is doing okay.
Check out Bill's TikTok. He's got a fun TikTok he did the other day as well.
Yeah, I got a fun TikTok there. She's got a Gemini account. She did her first ETH. Interesting, weird story about her trying to open a Coinbase account. I guess I could stream about that by itself, but she's on Gemini and she's in, and nice. Then, all her relatives and family are like, when's he coming over to explain crypto to us?
I've got some people asking me the same thing. And I look forward to teaching. We're going to be teaching in May. If you don't already have a bug out bag, the bug out bags are sold out, but there are some, I believe, on OpenSea. May 12th, 13th, and 14th. I think it's actually Mother's Day weekend. So mothers, don't kill me here. But we're going to have over 130 different prepper classes, like professional, the best in the business, the best in the field, teaching in Southeastern Ohio. Reach out to Danger Close Alpha crew and dangerclosealpha.com if you're interested in doing that. Like I said, over 130 classes. Myself and Crusader are going to be teaching the crypto/NFT class to the preppers, which is an interesting little foray because, in the prepping space, the digital side of things sometimes can be very taboo. And so I'm really looking forward to teaching that in May. And Crypto Fam, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. Just remember to question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon.